What's up guys, this is Cutie Paintball here, and today we're going to be doing a quick review on my HK Army TFX. Kind of go over why I bought it, should you buy it, and my experience owning it for the past over a year. I don't know, it's been a while. So why did I buy this? It's a relatively good hopper, it's aged really well. I think it's good looking, at least. At the time, given that this was over a year ago, I was upgrading from a Empire Z2. So as we all know from this hopper, it's much easier to disassemble this loader. It only takes 2 batteries, not 4. It was the new hopper on the block. It was this or the Rotor or the Virtue Spire. So I decided to try HK Army and see what kind of product they had. And I like the way they advertise this loader with the anti-gravity ramp or zero gravity feeding ramp. I thought the feed drive was pretty cool. The micro switch, it was supposed to be battery efficient and everything, so I liked it and I went with it. It's treated me pretty well for the past year or so. It's been used in many practices, many tournaments. It's been relatively problem-free. As you can kind of see from the shell, at least, it's in still very good shape. There's no issues with it. Nothing severe, really. I mean, there's no deep scratches. The build quality's been relatively solid. This jewel fell off, though. But HK Army refunded me, or sent me a new one with no questions asked, and they're really nice about it. So I thought that was a pretty pleasant experience. But now that it's been a year later, and I've had all this time with it, all this field time with it, this loader is definitely not perfect, without a doubt. It does have some issues with like buttons falling off. There's these tabs here. I don't think it actually holds what's advertised, the amount of paint. But my main issue and why I really wanted to make this video, which is appropriate because the TFX 2 is being released soon. So I really wanted to get this out there, this information. So occasionally when this loader jams, which I don't think any of us wants, none of us want that to happen to any of our loaders. When this loader jams, it has a particular problem, which I'm going to show you now. So I'm just going to show that I'm going to show that this loader does work. The light's on, right? Functions, switch functions, all that good stuff. I'm activating the switch. It's perfect, right? What I don't understand is the use of this stupid button here on the side, which is supposed to advance feeding. So I'm going to stop it with my finger on the switch. You push this button and it advances the feed stack forward. Okay, all right, that makes sense. They advertise that when you do that, it should unjam the ball. Okay, we'll believe that for a second. I have some reball here. I'm going to try feeding it through this loader. If it would stay on, there it goes. Oh, it jammed. Dropping reballs. All right, so it just jammed. You see that? The light turned off. Do you see the problem with that? Because I do. Looks like the hopper's off, and now this button doesn't work. So, do you see the problem with that? Because if you're in the middle of a point, or you're about to start a point, you raise up your gun to start shooting a lane, and you shoot whatever balls are in the feed neck, and then this happens, and nothing's shooting. You don't know if you forgot to turn the hopper on, or if it's jammed. And usually the only way to fix this jam is by violently shaking the hopper, or you got to dig your fingers in and try to unjam it. I mean, this is a pretty big problem, I feel. So I'm going to show you what happens when you take them out, or unjam it. So take the reballs. There goes a reball. All right, this is the one that's jammed. This happens with reballs and with regular paintballs, which have less friction. And watch the light. Slowly comes back on. That's a major design flaw in my opinion. I hope HK Army watches this. I thought maybe it was just my loader, but on Sunday at practice, one of my other teammates also bought one of these, and sure enough, has the same problem. So it doesn't seem like HK Army has resolved the problem, or it doesn't seem like it was a mistake with certain models. And from what I can tell, the TFX2 will have the same problem. I can't see it not having the same issue, given how this button seems to function in the same exact way. Now, if HK decided to turn the polarity around on this motor and it were to spin the other way, it could resolve the problem and then make it a much more reliable hopper. I mean, when this thing jams, it jams. Unlike my Z2, my Z2 never jammed. It was never a problem. It was only a problem off the field. And personally, I never had the issue of the nose falling off like other people have, but I don't know, I like the hopper. I thought that was pretty good. So, should you buy the TFX? I don't know. At the time, all the loaders were around $200, and speed feeds are relatively expensive now. But now the market's changed. Now you have the LVL, you have the VSL, you have the Virtue IR and the LTR. They're all $100, $150 minus hoppers. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a good, decent backup hopper if you can get it for a good price, perhaps. But in my opinion, I don't know if they're worth the $200 price tag. Not until HK Army can figure out this problem, this relatively simple problem. But once they do, I think they'll have something pretty solid here. So that's my review of my HK Army TFX, my long-term review. And if you guys like that and you guys stick around, later down in the future, hopefully soon, I'll do a much more in-depth view of my new Vulcan VSL. And eventually I'll get to my review of what I think of my Ether 2. Thanks for watching, guys.